Welcome to A Course in Miracles in Practice, brought to you by the World Harmony Project. This podcast is all about taking the core principles of A Course in Miracles and putting them into action through the workbook lessons.
Together, we'll lovingly examine one lesson at a time, offering insights and encouragement for your journey.
We're thrilled to have you here. Today, we're jumping into Review 3. This is a really key moment, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It's where things start to, deepen quite significantly, a real chance to integrate what we've been looking at.
Now, the introduction to Review 3 itself is quite detailed, so we're not going to read it word for word today.
No, that might take a bit too long. Instead, we thought it would be helpful to pull out the main guidance points. We've sort of distilled it down to 8 key takeaways.
Sounds good. So our mission today is to unpack those 8 points to give everyone a clear handle on how to approach this review. Where should we start? Maybe with that balance between being flexible and staying committed.
Yeah, that's a great starting point. The introduction acknowledges, life happens, stuff comes up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, genuinely, you just can't do a scheduled practice.
And it says that's okay, doesn't it? Missing one because something unavoidable cropped up won't derail your progress.
Right. But then there's the flip side. It cautions against using those situations as an excuse when really the issue is maybe a lack of willingness.
So it's about that self-awareness, knowing the difference between I genuinely couldn't and I kind of didn't want to.
Precisely. It talks about that feeling, maybe you feel too busy with work, but then later you realize, actually I spent an hour scrolling online or something less important.
It leads right into the next point, doesn't it? This idea of internal resistance.
Mm-hmm. How we might, without even realizing it, be resisting the practice itself. It can be quite hidden.
Hidden even from ourselves. Like, we genuinely believe it's the external thing, the lack of time, the interruption.
Exactly. But underneath, there might be this subtle unwillingness. The introduction encourages a really honest look at why we might miss practice times, what's really going on there.
And it suggests this unwillingness often connects to where our allegiance lies, right? Like prioritizing other things.
Yes, these other values or belief. The Course calls them ego-based gods, things we might be chasing approval, maybe, or comfort, security, that kind of thing. And the suggestion is to then reconsider. How valuable are those other things compared to what this practice offers?
It reframes missed practice then. If you spot the resistance, it becomes an opportunity.
An opportunity to see where your focus has drifted, yeah. And to consciously redirect it back, recognizing that the practice offers something, much deeper than those ego attachments can.
Okay, so that covers resistance and priorities. What about the actual doing of the practice, the recommended format?
Right. The intro lays out a clear structure, twice a day, morning and evening. Aim for at least 5 minutes each time.
And what do you do in those 5 minutes?
You read the assigned ideas for the day and any comments that go with them. Then you just sit quietly and contemplate.
Contemplate how they connect to your own life.
Mm-hmm. How they relate to your needs, your problems, your concerns. Just letting your mind make those connections freely. No need to force anything.
Which brings up trust, I suppose. Trusting your mind to do that work.
Yes, that's a huge part of it. Trusting your own mind, your inner wisdom, to use the ideas effectively.
Because the guidance comes from within.
Well, the idea is that the Holy Spirit, or your inner guide, provided the thoughts in the first place, and that same guidance is there to help you work with them. So you're encouraged to have faith in that process.
How does it suggest starting that contemplation period?
Just gently bring the ideas to mind, and then relax. Settle into a quiet faith, letting your mind do what it needs to do.
Okay, so that's the formal practice. But it doesn't stop there, does it? Integration into the day.
No, that's crucial. The learning needs to extend beyond those quiet 5-minute slots.
How so?
It recommends briefly reviewing the 2 ideas each hour.
Each hour?
Yeah, seems like a lot, but it's meant to be brief, like maybe one idea on the hour, the other one half an hour later.
And what does that look like?
Repeat the thought, maybe take just a second or 2 of quiet reflection, and then carry it with you into whatever you're doing.
So it becomes like a constant, gentle reminder throughout the day.
Helps maintain that inner connection, that sense of peace. And it also suggests using the thought as an anchor if you feel upset or disturbed during the day.
This whole structured review sounds like it's designed for reinforcement then. Going over things again.
Definitely. It's framed as a really valuable chance to solidify what's been learned. Seeing these ideas a second time around can lead to much deeper understanding.
Like layers peeling back.
Yeah.
You see things you didn't see the first time.
That's often the experience, yes. There's a real sense of optimism in the introduction about this, that these reviews will build a stronger foundation, give you more confidence moving forward.
Which leads nicely into the last point, that feeling of hope and encouragement.
Right. It acknowledges that you might feel like you haven't learned much yet.
Which can be a common feeling, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely. But the introduction says that very acknowledgement, recognizing how little you might feel you know, is actually the perfect starting point for this review.
So feeling like you don't know much isn't a sign of failure, it's potential.
It's the doorway.
And it ends with that beautiful line about connection.
Your Father's need of you. That sense that as you engage with these thoughts, you're connecting with something fundamental, something deeply important.
So wrapping up our look at this intro then, the key things are finding that balance between flexibility and real commitment.
Watching out for that sneaky internal resistance, questioning our hidden priorities,
Embracing the simple, mindful contemplation practice twice a day.
trusting our inner wisdom to guide that process.
Weaving the ideas into daily life with those hourly reminders.
Seeing the review as a chance for real reinforcement and deeper learning.
And holding on to that sense of hope, knowing that feeling lost is actually the start of finding more.
That sums it up nicely. It's really about approaching these reviews with mindfulness, with openness, and letting the ideas work within you.
Definitely. So if any of our listeners have thoughts or questions that came up during this deep dive, we'd genuinely love to hear from you. Please feel free to email us.
The address is acim@theworldharmonyproject.org.
That's ACIM@theworldharmonyproject.org. We look forward to hearing your perspective.